I see the painters did a lovely good job, Gordon. Now all we need to do is repaint Henry, and we'll not be able to tell our engines apart. Probably not a good idea, sir. Even with their different paintwork, I still mix up Henry and Nape 7546. Oh, that's funny. I better be off now. Remember to be a really useful engine, Gordon. Goodbye, sir, and don't worry. Us Doncaster drawn never fail to impress.
Doncaster drawn, indeed. What in the blooming world were you thinking?
Thinking about what, Mr. Tantrum?
Painting over your Lner paint with that disgusting bright blue. That's just disgraceful! Do you know how much of an insult that is to them?
Well, much less than you.
Oh, how lovely. He's throwing insults.
98462. I am now fully understanding why the others treat you the way they do. You're absolutely horrid. Every time I've seen you, you've been an absolute ass. Yes, I consider myself superior to little engines like Edward too, but the way you act is just monstrous. You're selfish, arrogant, and quite frankly, one of the rudest engines I've known. I wanted to get to know you at first, but now my mind is in the complete opposite direction.
Is that so?
Yes, it is so. Remember all those years of abuse at me? I tell you, I did not enjoy those.
I cannot believe what this really has come to.
Neither can I, having you around.
Will you shut up, you great, big, blue, wretched, steaming hippopotamus?
Why, you insolent son of a...
Ah! Why, you...
Guys, stop it!
Come on, Alfred. Show him who's boss. What the hell is going on?
Well, good riddance.
Be quiet and get the hell out of here. Gordon, I am very disappointed with your behavior today. You could have caused a serious accident. I'm very sorry, sir. Look, I know 98462 probably said some things, but still, you should know better than to biff other engines around. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. You are forgiven this time, but don't let it happen again. Understood? Yes, sir. It was at that moment I felt something that Alfred probably would never have felt. Shame. Remorse for my actions. I rarely ever admit to shame, but it is what makes an engine a proper engine. A really useful engine. After that incident, I hardly ever talked with Alfred again. I avoided him, and boy did it work wonders. Never again did I have an incident with him.
What happened to him?
Well, I'll get to that in a minute. It's not very nice to talk about, to be honest. Yes, anyway, the year 1923 came to an end, and 1924 was quite eventful. Edward the Blue engine began to be used less, as he wasn't as strong as the rest of us. The strength of engines like me and Henry was far more than his. However, after he helped me up a hill after some troublesome trucks held me back, the Fat Controller brought him back into regular service.
From what I heard, you just refused to try.
Well, you must have heard the story wrong, my dear chap. But anyway, Alfred's first accident in the ocean must have scarred Henry, and he was afraid of getting his paint ruined. One day, he made the quite idiotic choice to hide in a tunnel, refusing to come out. After many failed and quite honestly pathetic attempts to get him out, the Fat Controller simply built a brick wall in front of Henry and left him in the tunnel. He was there for over a month, until one day my safety valve burst, and Henry was the only engine strong enough to pull the train. Thomas did his usual cheeky pranks while shunting, and Edward and Eagle both took the local trains. In 1925, the LMS and the NWR had an agreement to allow the express to run all the way to Barrow-in-Furness in England, allowing a better connection to London. And as we hit the year 1925, we hit the end of Alfred. You see, Alfred never improved at all. One day, the Fat Controller realized how idiotic he was for keeping him on Sodor, and made arrangements for him to be sent away. And of course, like you would think, Alfred did not take this well. As a matter of fact, it made him,
Cross? Furious?
well, yes, but it also made him insane. He went mad, bonkers, mentally disturbed.
It's over. All over. No escape.
Oh, do stop complaining.
Why? There's nothing not to complain about.
If you keep up an attitude like that, there won't. What about your LNER business?
LNER, indeed. The LNER has betrayed me, now I come to think of it.
Rubbish!
When Gordon came to Sodor, I had hope. I thought I was to be brought out of this misery at last. But now I realize that instead of becoming my rescuer, Gordon has become my replacement! These engines have all treated me like a dirty rat!
Oh, shut up.
You shut up, you fool! So, more engines come to Sodor, and it becomes a really useful railway for Sir Topham Hatt. Modernization progresses, but one engine won't be there to see it happen. 98462. Alfred is sentenced to the scrapyard. Broken, melted in the smoldering hellfires of fountains. Recycled. No longer important. No longer needed. I think not! Two very special engines shall take my place. After all, they can't be really useful if they're scrapped!
What the hell is wrong with you? You're having a mental breakdown.
Henry the Green Engine and Gordon the Big Engine, together you will both burn in the fires of hell!
Sometimes it's really hard to be such a large and splendid engine. One does have to keep up appearances, so...
Wake up, lazy bones. Do some hard work for a change.
Oh, Thomas, you wretched scoundrel! Oh, there goes old Sourpot. What are you doing, Gordon? Resting. An important engine like me needs lots of it. Do try to keep that filthy threat away from me. Puh! Hang on. That sounds like an engine. How can it be? No engine's supposed to come through here for at least another hour. That sounds like Alfred, but what's he doing with all those tankers?
At long last, my revenge is about to be completed.
Oh crap, he's on the same line!
Oh, Gordon, Henry, you have a very important passenger to meet today, and his name is Lucifer!
Oh God! Oh my God! What the hell just happened? I have seen many sights in my life, but none as disturbing as the burning wreckage of number 98462. He probably thought that putting box fans between him and the tankers would shield him from the impact. Guess not. He was completely destroyed, with mangled and charred pieces everywhere. Alfred was dead. I cannot believe it. This is just horrific. He was trying to murder us. Isn't it obvious? No, we mustn't jump to conclusions. But I think that unfortunately, that was the case. He yelled burn in hell or something like that. So most likely. We don't know what was going on through his mind, but whatever happened, it was very traumatizing, especially for me and Henry. Both of us kept asking the same questions. Was it our fault? Were we too harsh on Alfred? And if we had never come to Sodor, would Alfred still be here? Despite how atrocious and despicable Alfred was, we felt guilt for him, and boy did he haunt me. Oh Lord, I just can't comprehend it. Neither can I. There must have been something we could have done. No, Gordon, there wasn't. Alfred could still have been here if he didn't come into the picture. Maybe he would have, Gordon, but listen to me. I've thought this whole thing over, and yes, Alfred may still be here if we didn't come, but he also maybe wouldn't have. Gordon, this is not your fault at all. Yes, you may have had an argument or two, but remember, Gordon, I was built in the same factory as him. He was nothing but abusive, and he could have changed, yes, but he chose not to, and that is entirely up to him. While the majority of engines hopefully do change, there are some that just don't, and Alfred was one of them. We gave him a chance, but he let his anger get the better of him. Therefore, he made a very poor choice. If he had come to me and was truly sorry, I would have welcomed him as a good friend. But he didn't, so the fault is all on him.
You know, you're absolutely right, Henry. Maybe he would still be here if we hadn't come along. But he had a choice, and he chose poorly.
Exactly. Say, shall we form an alliance?
An alliance?
You help me and I'll help you.
Sounds good to me. Right you are.
Good. That's settled then.
Yeah, we've had an occasional argument. Since then, Henry and I have been good friends, stronger than before. After that, Alfred's remains were sent away to be scrapped. Of course, the Fat Controller never really liked to talk about it, and the Thin Clergyman decided quite rightfully to keep 98462 out of his books, except for a few pictures. When asked about him, he simply responded that he was sent away for being nasty and rude. And he was. It's just he never said he was sent away in pieces. And not too long after, Fat Controller sent 87546 away too. He hadn't approved of his attitude either. We don't know exactly where 87546 went, but eventually he ended up at the scrapyard at Barrow. Of course, he got more than he deserved. The government of Sodor was looking for an engine to transport the governor, and they happened to come across him. As you've probably guessed by now, he became the governor's private engine, and was named Proven. Eagle went back to his heritage railway in 1929, but he came back briefly to help with the heavy passenger load in 1950. He's still there, giving rides to enthusiasts. Adam and Wallace was sold to a wealthy Rotarian on the mainland in 1931, and I believe they're a working exhibit at a museum somewhere now. Clive, Neil and Matthew were sent to India in 1941. 4 years later, we got our number 5 engine, but I think it would be best if he himself told it.
Well, thank you for telling us your story, Gordon. It was such an honor hearing from you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Always glad to talk about my history, because, you know, I am the most important